and welcome back to Callie's in the Kitchen. I am going to attempt a ocean pour. I haven't done one in a long time, and I remembered this geode mold that I got last year from Julie from Pouring Your Heart Out. I thought would be just absolutely perfect to create waves. So I will link this tray mold below. It's the Geode tray mold. Oops. And it's just, I think, just great for an ocean scene if I'm successful. Okay, so I've mixed up some craft resin. I'm going to clean up as I go along, which is the resin I'm using. It's a 1-to-1 craft resin. You can get it on Amazon or even directly from craft resin. I have mixed up in my cup some sand. I think it's called craft sand that I get at Michael's. A good deal. You can see I've used quite a bit of it. And then I put in some of this crushed glass, kind of beigey looking, to just sort of shake it up a bit in the sense of just not only having sand. So that's obviously not enough, so I'm going to put a little bit more. Oops, my sand sort of sunk into the resin. So I'm going to put a nice layer, wide layer, hopefully. In my other cups, I'm going to be mixing, I think that should be enough. I don't want to go too far out. Well, that went up there, so I'll just make it even, although I know ocean scenes aren't that even. So what I might do, though, I kind of want the transparency kind of look, instead of just like complete sand. So I'm just going to leave it. No, that went up a bit, so, which is kind of cool. My wave might be pretty. So I'm just going to put some more sort of sand up here. So I'm just so asymmetric sometimes. That's why I sometimes say I'm not artistic, because I need everything neat and tidy and even and all that kind of stuff. So, okay. I might put some of this actually in here, like this, to sprinkle it on the top there, to take up some of that clear. It kind of adds a little, ooh, that's kind of pretty. So this is going to be, might be a long video, and there's several steps, so feel free to fast forward. Oh, I like that look. I want to carefully clean that up. And I've got little seashells that I'm going to add in. Oh, I like that. I like that. Seashells, some star shells, and a little boat. My little boat. I've got to have my little boat. So I'm just going to flatten this a bit. And then in my, oops, got a piece of hair there. Oops, let me try and get it. Glad I saw it. I have very thick hair, and sometimes it goes places. So then in my other cup, my first cup, what I did is I put some of that mica powder so that I could mix it with the resin with my mask. So I'm going to add some more. And I guesstimated on how much I needed in total. I wasn't sure, so I did 12 ounces. So 6 ounces of A and 6 ounces of B. So here I'm just mixing my mica powder, the intense blue, which is a beautiful blue, I think. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Oh, beautiful color. I mean, I suppose I could move my, beach out there, but I think I'm just going to leave it there. So I think I'll mix it a little bit more off camera, and it's just basically stirring. I know someone had made a comment that they couldn't see me stirring, and I said, well, you don't always have to see the stirring. It's basically just, you know, stirring your resin ink or your mica powder in resin. Okay, so now that I've got that, I'm going to place it as carefully as I can on the edge, top edge. Oh, that's a beautiful color. Oh my goodness. I love that intense blue. Don't you? Isn't it just pretty? Whew. Okay, so I've got room. So I'm just gonna kind of do it like this. And then I'm going to put in some more resin in this cup. No, shall I? No, I'll take some out of this and put it in here because I want to blend in the alcohol, I mean not the alcohol, the resin ink. So I'm going to put some of it in there, pour my clear, stir it up, and let's see what I get. But before I do that, I see a little stray sand. Okay, so I'm going to use the same stick that I used to stir. So this is lighter now, so that's good. And then what I'm going to do is, I may not use the colors that I mentioned, so I'm going to put some of the resin ink Octopus Smurf in this blue to give it a little different shade, hopefully. And maybe that's not a good idea because some of this blue is showing, you know, will show up from the mica powder, but we shall see. So then I'm going to pour in now the mica powder. Oh, good. I mean the resin ink. Oh, goody, 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 goody. It's a lighter color. So that's great. Oh, good, 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 good. I'm liking it, I'm liking it. So now what I'm going to do with this cup, excuse me, is I'm going to put in some more resin, not too much more. And see, it's still very light, but so I'm going to add a little drop of the Smurf in it. Oh gosh, that's so pretty looking. Well, I guess I didn't need all 12 ounces, and I was hoping to do another pour with that resin. We shall see. Maybe I will have enough. Okay. And then with the rest of this, I'm going to pour in just a little bit over here. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. That's the light blue. And it's okay that those stones are going in there because, you know, they're rocks. Oh, I like that gradation. I like that gradation. And it's okay, I think, that my rocks are out here. So now what I'm going to do, which I haven't done before, Hang on. I might move them out because I don't know, actually, come to think of it, if those will affect my wave that I will be doing tomorrow, because I gotta let this sit. So I am just going to move those in just to be safe. Oh, I hope I'm not scratching the surface of my mold. What a beautiful mold. Miss Julie, you did good with this mold. It's very pretty. Okay, now what I'm going to do is actually use my fingers and just sort of, ooh, I've never done this before. This feels kind of weird. Just sort of blend it in a little bit. You know, you can use your spatula, but I'm just going to use my gloved hand. And then sort of gently do that. I know I'm getting like 3 division lines there, but I'm just going to do that. Push that to the edge there. Hopefully it kind of see a little gradation there, maybe, hopefully. I'm not very sure about this part, but this is what I'm going to do. Kind of that kind of pattern. I'm going to remove this glove and get a new one. Bear with me, or not. And I'm going to start placing my shells. So I've got to get another glove. Let that settle. And I'm going to place strategically my stars that I want. Right there. My boat. He's coming ashore. So cute. So I've got a few stars in here. I'll use my little spoon, because if I don't use them all, just sort of, and it's fine that they're not under, I might just spill over a little layer of resin over. Whoops. One drop. Don't want him to be alone. Just scatter them. Upside down, one side up. And then I think I need a little bit right here. Kind of settle them in to make it straight. And what's cool is I look over the edge, I still have room to put a top coat over, and the boat will be underneath, which is good. So then put those in. Now I'm going to take my tool here, my little tweezers, and just push down on each one of them. I know it looks kind of planned, you know, the way I've sprinkled everything around, but at least it looks neat and tidy. Well, I think I need one more star, so I'll put them right here. Right? Should I put one more here? I did have one more, I thought. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, I did. It's over here. So, no, I won't. I'll be... less is more. That's kind of cute looking. So now, I'm just going to take a little bit of this, just pour it over. Just so that it gets glued on. in other words. Although it should already glue on, you know, on the other side, because there's resin underneath there. But I'm just gonna give it a little weight here on this one, so hopefully my boat stays in place. He's coming in. He's not going out. He's coming to shore. I'm so tempted to just leave it at this, but I do, because the making the waves is really hit or miss for me. So I want to, I'm still thinking through what I want, if I'm going to complete. I think I will. I'll just challenge myself, because if it doesn't work, I'll just create one of these again with just this, which is a pretty scene, a little pretty beach scene. So that's it on that one. I will do a slight torch. Now, I did see Trish do this, where it's a bubble and she put her gloved hand in it. Okay, that just brings, well, got rid of that one. Let's see, I'm trying to get rid of that. No, I'll bring that sand, that crushed glass in a bit. That's kind of cool there, kind of like a white sand area, you know, so that'll be cool. So then tomorrow I'm going to put my white, actually I'm going to put clear first, and then I'll put my white over it, and then depending on how this looks, I might leave it or put some more blue on the top. So I will see you for the next step. That was really fun to do. Really, really fun. I enjoyed that. Okay, see you soon. Okay, so it is time for the next step. I like how this turned out. I love how this sort of went out there. So here comes for me the nerve-wracking part. So the first thing I'm going to do is I mixed up some resin, and this time I'm using Moss epoxy resin. It's a 1-to-1, and I've used it before for my ocean scenes. So, and I say nerve-wracking because I hope that I get some nice cells. So the first thing I'm going to do is create my coastline with a layer of the Moss resin. So I'm just sort of creating a buffer, and then what I'm going to do is pour a layer above. Oops. I guess I didn't have to do that because I could just do my white. Oh well, forgot how I did this. So now I'm going to go pour a layer or a coat of this here. Boy, if I have extra, I don't think I do. I was going to do another project with the remainder, but it's not quite enough. So on this one, I'm going to just push it to the edge. And what I'm hoping, when I do my white, I'll do it as a quiet video clip so that you don't hear the heat gun. Because the next step after I put in my white is and I'm putting this all the way to the edge, depending on how far my white can go. So as I've been studying this, there've been like two schools of thought. A thick white line, a not thick white line. So for different effects. So we'll see what I come up with. So now I'm just, yeah, I don't know why I did that, so silly. Maybe just for insurance. I don't know. So let me just put this more in. Okay. So that I get, you know, a coat in the top part here for it to sort of flow, the white. Now the white I'm using is the Just Resin Titanium White. I've used Moxel white before and Ocean Wave, but today I thought I'd try the Just Resin epoxy. Sorry, the Just Right Titanium White. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, hold on one second. I think I'm going to torch it real quick. And what I did on my resin for the white, I let it sit for a while. So now I'm going to just pour, I'm not sure how much I need, so I'll just put in a little bit more just so that I have enough. I'll bring it over shortly to show you. So this is the cup and this is the titanium white. So I want to put a fair amount. So let's go smaller first. That's a really good rule of thumb. So I'm mixing my white. I kind of want it thick. There's kind of no measurement sometimes on paste. Drops, what's nice is that, you know, you can count the drops, but with paste, you cannot. You have to sort of guesstimate. So I'm just looking at my texture. Looks okay. So, isn't this mold just so perfect for an ocean scene? It must be early in the morning. I'm not talking very well. Apologies. All right. Just going to mix this really, really well. And I haven't decided how many waves I'm going to do, depending on how ambitious I am, lazy I am, whichever one. And how this turns out, how the first wave turns out. So I'm mixing it really, really well. Okay, it looks pretty thick. So I think it's a good time. So now what I'm going to do is where that border was, I'm going to pour a little layer or strip. Hopefully it's not too thick, not too narrow, just to give me a nice sort of stream here. Or put in too much resin of the white, but oh well. Okay, so now I will put you on a... Now the thing is, on some of these, most people, you know, take this up and so that they can angle the heat gun really well. But I don't want to do that because this is such a great mold. I want to see if I can angle it just to fit my needs. So So I'm going to pause and then come right back and do a quiet heat gun. So, kind of okay. I was hoping for better cells, but maybe they'll pop up. I do like this little dark part right here, and then it sort of flows over, and I don't know if I'll, you know, put some blue over here and to sort of finish that off, but I don't mind that. I might actually maybe blow that out on that part, and then I'll do some more torching. So it could be my resin, it's really old. I sure like to blame resin, don't I? But we'll shall see. And then in the meantime, oh, I hate to waste all this resin, but c'est la vie. I didn't need that much. I am going to, excuse me, pour some of it over here. And then I will sort of, because to sort of level it with the waves there. And to also cover this, and then when my waves are done, then I'm going to, when this cures, I'm going to put a layer of clear resin. So there won't be much of a reveal because this is it. Just hoping some of the cells might pop up more, but I think that's pretty looking. What I might do is just, you know, fiddle with this a little bit more, torch a little bit more, and that is it. I probably won't do a demolding because there it is. So if I don't say anything next time on this one, thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate it.